Hello and welcome. My guest is singer-songwriter Alex Gianniscoli, better known simply as Alex G. Over the last few years, he's gained an impressive cult following in the Northeast with his intimate songwriting and intricate production. I spoke to Alex at his friend's living room in Philadelphia and was treated to an exclusive performance. Here's good from this session. So, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming here and joining me.
So I want to talk first about how you record, which is, you said, mostly at home, but, talk about that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll start, I'll write a song on guitar, and then I'll usually start with guitar, and then I'll record bass or drums. And recently I've been asking my girlfriend's roommate John to record bass because he's really good at bass and he picks it up really fast. Most of the time I do it myself, and then I just keep adding shit over the next couple days or all in the same day. But yeah, I do it all myself, wherever is most convenient.
Mm-hmm.
And I have one mic, and I use GarageBand on my laptop.
Mm-hmm. And the production's really intricate. Is it hard working with GarageBand to achieve that?
Not really, because I've been, I had a Mac. I got a Mac when I was 12 or something. My family computer was a Mac, and so I was just I would mess around on that. As soon as we got it, I was really excited to use GarageBand, and so I've been messing with it for a really long time. So it's more an evolution rather than I didn't just come into it and think oh, I have to make this perfect, just trial and error over a long time. And now I've figured out how to make it sound the best it can be.
Mm-hmm. So how long does it take to complete a song now that you've figured that out?
Depends. It's usually not the production that takes a long time. It's just the songwriting itself. Recently it's been taking me a really long time to just call a song done because just because I feel more people are listening, I'm more aware of that, so so I have I have a really, I'm caring a lot more about how it sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Before I would I would hit record and play the guitar and see what I came up with, and then I just keep it, you know what I mean? And now I'm I'm trying to figure it out precisely,
Mm-hmm.
what is the best thing to put there, you know?
Mm-hmm. So do you think that as it become more popular, like you get a bit more self-conscious about it?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering, like, I mean, you've been making these records for a few years now, right?
Yeah.
And pretty much all by yourself. Do you think you'd ever work with a producer or anything in the future?
Maybe. It would probably be unsuccessful because, like, I've noticed that, like, whenever I write a song with someone else, like, I'm just such a bad, like, partner because even if they tell me the best, like, hook ever, my response is always, like, okay, cool, man, like, we'll use that, and then I just, like, passively, like, don't use it, you know what I mean, like, if it's, like, for my music, like, someone will give me a suggestion, and it might be a great suggestion, but just because I didn't think it, like, I just, like, for some reason, my brain just, like, it sucks, like, I can't, like, and I know it doesn't suck, but, like, I can't, like, I just don't trust anyone but myself, like, yeah, instinctually, so.
And when you're playing with a band, do you find it hard to instruct them because of that, or?
It's pretty good, actually, because they just, like, they'll, like, listen to the recording and pretty much try and duplicate it.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds so shitty now that I'm, like, talking about it, but I don't know. That's just the way I am, like, I really like to control, like, what the music sounds like, just because I'm really, like, passionate about it or something. So.
And I want to ask about the Skin Cells, your other project.
Yeah.
Who you just toured with, and how was that?
The tour was really cool. We, like, the shows were okay, like, not, it was a last minute thing that the other band we were touring with, Mumbler, they booked it, and so, like, some shows would fall through, and then we get a show that day to play, so it wasn't promoted, like, that great, but it was still cool. It was, like, frustrating because no one would let us stay at their house, like, after the show, so we camped, like, every fucking night. That was crazy. But it was an adventure.
And it's kind of like an elementary question, but how would you describe the difference between the Skin Cells and Alex G?
The Skin Cells is definitely more, like, minimal and more, and, like, less, well, the Skin Cells is, like, a band, whereas, like, it's just the other thing is just my music that I make by myself, so, like, Skin Cells is, like, less personal, like, and everyone, like, has their input and stuff like that. So, and it's more like rock or something, you know what I mean?
It feels a bit more aggressive than the other stuff. So a lot of your songs are kind of sad, but you kind of offset it with humor and,
like, within the song.
Yeah, I mean, do you agree with that?
I think so. Yeah, sometimes.
Or sometimes, like, the other way around. It's humor, kind of like with a bit of.
Yeah, I think like sometimes people mistake, like, my, like, insanity with me being funny. So, like, that might be the case. Because I'm, like, I usually don't go into it with an intent to make it sad or funny. But, like, I like making things, like, a little absurd. Like, do you have an example of a song, like, Animals, maybe?
Yeah.
That song's, like, I Do Animals. Like, that's, like, it's, like, funny, but it wasn't intended to be. I understand why it's funny. I'm not, like, don't laugh at that song, but, like, it's, like, pretty, like, not that I want to do Animals, but it's, like, pretty earnest, like, about, like, not being able to relate, you know what I mean? Like, being, like, detached or something like that.
You have another song?
Oh, yeah. I got a tune, so it'll be...
Oh, yeah, that's
cool,
fine.
Right? All right. Yo, could I see your guitar? got any questions?
Does it bother you when people think that your name is Sandy?
No. I didn't even realize that Sandy is actually like a nickname for Alex.
Oh, really?
When I wrote that song, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So you are getting a lot more popular. How does that feel?
It feels pretty good. Like, it's pretty unreal. Like, when people are just like, oh, like I love, like, oh, like you're Alex D, like I love that song you did or something. That never fucking happens, but like when it does, it's like so. I feel like a celebrity. Like, hell, fucking yeah. Wow. Okay.
All my screens work well.
They're new.
They all work.
Yeah, this is sick. Okay. Okay. Redo. I got like 2 hours of sleep. My name is Sandy, I'm 14 years old. My friends say I'm ugly, my dad says I'm the prettiest thing. The prettiest thing, the prettiest thing, the prettiest thing, the prettiest thing. My name is Sandy, I'm 14 years old, and sometimes I hate you. Right now I just wanna go home, just wanna go home, just wanna go home, just wanna go home, just wanna go home. My name is Sandy, I'm 14 years old. My brother says he hates me and Satan is his master. My name is Sandy, I'm 14 years old. My insides are changing right now. I just wanna grow up, just wanna grow up, just wanna grow up, just wanna grow up, just wanna grow up. All right.
So yeah, popularity.
Oh yeah.
Like I saw the videos in Brooklyn where everybody was singing along.
Yeah.
What was that like?
That felt really cool.
Mhm.
It was yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, there's a lot of like hip looking people. So like, I'm glad that we were appealing to a hip crowd.
On your recordings, you often sing with a falsetto, and then live, you just do it kind of an octave lower. Why is
Yeah.
that?
You know what? If like when there's like a good PA, I usually try and do the falsettos,
Mhm.
but a lot of times, or yeah, I don't know. I'm also like slowly losing my ability to sing falsetto.
Really?
I think just from like like my balls dropping. I don't know though. Like yeah, sometimes I'll just try it out like at a show and then it'll be working and I'll just keep doing it, but a lot of times I'll try and hit the note and it just like, oh, my voice will crack or some shit, so I just stay like low. And like on the recordings, it'll like, I use it a lot on the recordings because like I can just like do take after take until it like sounds good.
What's your relationship with dogs? Because they seem to be a theme.
I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, I was realizing recently like that I have dog references a lot. I just love dogs. Like, I don't think I love dogs more than a normal person. I just think they're really cool. They're really nice. They're like, it's so crazy that they're always your friend, like, no matter what. So that's my relationship with a friend. I'm a friend to dogs, man.
Is Rosie your favorite dog?
Yeah, or I guess she was. She was like probably like mentally handicapped or something. Like she was this mastiff that my family had, and she was really slow and like ate her own feces and stuff, and like just like had gross like buck teeth, and just like 12 hours out of the, or maybe 9 hours out of the day, she was laying on her side or on her back or something, and then like she would get up for like 5 minutes to like take a dump and like just like go back to laying down. She was so funny.
I'm wondering if you want to comment on the Alex G wars.
What's that?
The other Alex G.
Oh, on last.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome, man. I think she's like pretty cool, and I think it's so damn funny that like people are really intense about it. Like, it's so funny that someone out there hates me.
Yeah.
Just because my name is also Alex G.
I mean, it's definitely on both sides. People get really like heated about it.
Yeah, I've only really read the ones that are like negative about me. And people are like, right on Last FM, like, Alex G is a good musician. Could be either of us though.
Let's see. Is there anything else you want the world to know?
Nope. Except that for the songs I'm playing, I am using a messed up guitar, and that's why they sound like ass. Not really that bad.
Cool.
That's all.
Alright, you want to play one more song?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me there.
Yeah, thanks for coming, man.
Yeah.
Hope those songs didn't sound like really shitty.
No, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hello and welcome. My guest is Xenia Rubinos, a singer-songwriter living in Brooklyn, New York. She's just put out her debut record, Magic Trix. The album is a unique collection of songs with distinctive rhythmic patterns and Xenia's signature distorted keyboard tone. I spoke to Xenia and her musical collaborator and drummer, Marco Buccelli, in Xenia's home studio, where she also gave an exclusive performance. Here's Help from this session.
My name is Rosa. I live under the bridge. I live under the trees. I do magic tricks for many. Ooh. Name is Rose. Lives under the sun. She lives under the moon. She lives
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for having me in the space and everything.
Thanks for coming.
First of all, I want to ask you about that song because you said it was about an aunt of yours who's kind of like a witch doctor, right?
It's just family mythology.
Okay.
Really, it's not.
So, is she a real person?
Well, it's up to interpretation.
I'm wondering how you came to that keyboard sound because it's very unique, and I love the way it you have this really beautiful smooth voice against this aggressive keyboard sound. I'm wondering how you came to that sound.
That's a good question. I had a Casio keyboard with built-in speakers into it, the crappiest keyboard ever that you could that any 9-year-old has at their house, and that's all I had for several years as I was figuring things out. The most real instrument that I have is my voice, and I started doing things to mess around with that little keyboard that I had. So I would tape pennies to it and turn it up really loud, so it kind of had this kind of crunchy sound on the whatever electronic Rhodes sound that it came with, and so that I was kind of messing around with that, and I had the good fortune of having family that all pitched in and was a really big deal and got me this this keyboard that I have now, and I found that when I got this, I was really excited to have a real instrument for the first, keyboard for the first time, but I was leaning towards those kind of junky, cheap sounds that I had been using before, and so that's kind of how that sound evolved. It's kind of like a junky, distorted Rhodes, crunchy thing.
And you've got a really unique way of playing, almost like a drummer. Your left hand is a bass drum, and your right hand does the backbeat. How do you come to that playing style?
Well, I'm not a trained keyboardist. I don't really play keyboards. I just started doing it in person, in front of people, probably 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, and so it's kind of just me, instinctually just banging it out. And I think the rhythmic sense of the music is really important to me, and that's sometimes a starting point for me when writing. And piano is a percussion instrument, so it in some sense makes sense to play it like one.
How did you guys meet? What's your musical relationship?
We met years ago, and we were playing in different projects. Xenia was writing, different music for larger ensembles, and we've been playing together for a while. And then she came with this formula, with these songs, which again, it's pretty new compared to the amount of time that we had spent together playing. And so yeah, I want to say that this formula is fairly new, about 2 years, but I've been collaborating and playing with her for about 8 or 9. So
did it take you by surprise when she started writing these new songs that were different?
No, it happened organically.
Yeah.
I thought it happened organically. It's to me, obviously, I have a different insight of Xenia's music because I've been playing with her for a long time. So I've heard so many of her compositions that to me, all of this makes perfect sense. So.
And I'm curious about your drum kit. I've been wondering what's under that rag for a long time. What kind of setup do you have?
There is a microphone. It's just a regular SM57 that it's going through pedals, and it's going through an amplifier. The idea is to I'm trying to treat my snare as if it was almost a guitar. I like to add guitar pedals, essentially. These are guitar pedals to it and alterate the sound. I'm just basically trying to get some sort of an electronic sound, but in the most analogic possible way. Just because I love to experiment with electricity and knobs and pedals. So yeah, that's what's going on here.
Is that something unique to this project, or do you play with that same kit if you play with other people?
I developed this for her record, but now it's becoming part of my drumming. So, for example, I produced another record where I applied the same exact concept to a low tone instead of a snare.
Mhm.
So I want to say that I think that this is becoming more and more part of my drumming.
Mm-hmm. Cool. You guys want to play a song?
Sure. I'm gonna play a song that is not written yet. It's not done yet.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't have a title yet.
Give me a sec.
Blow your nose.
Like a little lost cat in the tree, like a lonely dog without a flea, like a less than villager on his knees. What you feeling is all over me. You're gonna tell him what you want now. You're a million black stars in the fearless light again. You're gonna tell him what he wants to hear. He's a million black stars and he's gonna live a million years. You're gonna tell him what you want now. You're a million black stars in the fearless black night again. You're gonna tell him what he wants to hear. He's a million black stars in the fearless black night again. What you feeling all over me, like an evening star on an evening sea. What you feeling all over, like the evening, you're that evening, make it
That's a new song?
Yeah.
That's really good. Talk about the space where you recorded the record.
the space that we recorded is where we're sitting right now. It's my basement, and it is a space that Marco and I worked on a lot together, kind of like soundproofing it and making it so that we could rehearse here without getting kicked out. Our great friend and awesome engineer, Jeremy Lucas, brought kind of his recording gear and other gear that we borrowed from friends, and we recorded the record here live. So we tracked in this room all together. At that time we were playing with the bassist Adam Minkoff, so you'll hear him on the record, and we all tracked live in this room. And we had the amplifiers in a bathroom that's down the hall, and just kind of use that as like isolation booth for the amps. But it was a really exciting time because it was, felt free to explore, and since it's my space, I had that kind of liberty to kind of just feel at home and like try things out. So it was a fun time.
Do you think it would have been a lot different if you went to like a professional recording studio?
Yeah, I think, your environment affects you in different ways depending on how you let it. So, I think going into a studio would have, taken maybe a different, would have had a different vibe during the recording. It might not have changed the actual like musical content, but it would have changed maybe the sound of it or something. But I'm really proud of what we achieved here.
It wouldn't have necessarily sounded better actually, because
the
engineer we worked with really knows what he's doing. So the quality of the recording, it's pretty remarkable. People think that we recorded it in a studio, so it's more about the vibe.
Yeah, it's more about the vibe. And I don't have anything against recording in a studio. I don't think it's like wrong to record in a studio or something like that, or like that you should record at home or anything. It's just what kind of vibe you want to go for and what you feel comfortable with, what you want to experiment with.
I want to ask about Hair Receding. It's one of my favorite tracks on the record, and you said you wrote it a few years ago as an instrumental piece, and I'm wondering how it morphed into what it is now.
Just over time, I think. So like sometimes I'll write something and then I will forget about it, and like in a session, that I'm writing a new piece, all of a sudden that creeps back. That idea that I even forgot existed just comes back. So that one kind of was always, it was this tail end of this long kind of, it's like a 12-minute instrumental suite that I wrote basically, and the very last movement, movement E. I don't know, I should remember about that. And it was like, I don't know, it just came back to me, and over the years I kind of just kept playing it because I liked the way it sounded, and then I started singing to it one day. I just started singing, I kept singing the melody over it, I liked hearing it, and then it kind of took shape. The big turning point was the rhythm shifted, and I kind of came up with that rhythmic vamp, the ba 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 ba. And before that, it was just kind of like this pedal tone of like ba ba. It was all the same musical content, but just the rhythm changed, and that's what really kind of launched it into, I guess, being more song-like. Yeah.
And talk about your live performances, because you're a lot of fun to watch live. You guys always look like you're having a lot of fun.
Talk about our live show.
What is it like?
What's it like? What's it like to play live? Well, it's kind of different every night, I think. And I think I'm growing into it more, like the more I do it. And I enjoy it very much, and it's a really tricky experiment with like connecting with people too, because particularly like when you're on tour, you're going and playing for all these people that you've never met before and in a different city, and and they come with a lot of their stuff, and so it's a tricky thing, right? Because you're we're kind of like putting up our circus tent in a different town every night. But also this music means a lot to me. And I, do it because I love it, and I also want to transmit something to people who are watching and listening, and hope that they can interact with me in some way. So it's a really tricky kind of like power experiment and social experiment. But I really enjoy it, and I don't take it for granted that I get to play. Every time that I get to play, I feel so lucky that I'm there. So it's like I feel like it's like that could be the last time that I play. So I'm always like very grateful for that and passionate about it. I never take a gig, no matter what it is. I never take it for granted.
And how's the Man tour going so far? You just did like a few dates?
Yeah, it's going really well. We're so excited. We just played the first 3 shows with them, and met them for the first time at the first show, and they're just so much fun and so sweet, and such sweet guys. So we're really thrilled to get to go on the road with them and see a bunch of new places we've never been, go back to some of our favorite spots too.
It's a great band.
And they're a great band.
And they're great guys,
And they've been doing this for a while, so it's just great to kind of, be around them and, kind of learn their story and what they've been through and learn from them too. So it's cool.
I really love the whirlwind video. What was that like filming? How long did it take? Because it's like a lot of really small shots.
Oh, I guess, we should ask the director how long the director Lettieri, Francesco Lettieri, did that video, and we shot it in one morning. I think that was the morning was he flying out that morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we shot it, we went out to Long Island, to a vacant parking lot at the beach, and at sunrise, and we shot it that morning, and then we drove into the airport afterwards. So it was kind of like a rush situation, but it was fun. It was really cold. It was freezing, and Marco forgot his sticks too, because we were all sleepy. He forgot his sticks, so he had to like play. He was like, in those shots that he's playing in the video, he's like picks up some random sticks that are on the ground, like some garbage that he found. He's like basically playing the drums kit with garbage. But it was fun. I mean, we love working with Lettieri. He's a lot of fun, and he has great ideas and loves to experiment, and so do we. So it was a fun experiment. I think it probably took longer in post, a lot longer in post than it did than it did that morning. But
let's see. Is there anything else you want the world to know?
What do you want the world to know?
What is it?
What do you want the world to know?
What do I want?
Is there anything else you want the world to know? Right on time.
No. We covered it all?
We want the world to be not know. That's not true. No, I think you got it.
Cool.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome. My guest is Rachel Levy, better known as R.L. Kelly. Earlier this year, she put out her first solo release, Life's a Bummer, a small collection of intimate, sad songs which gained substantial attention. She's just put out a split with Alex G, which features more upbeat tunes from Levy. I met with R.L. Kelly at the Orchid Tapes home base in Brooklyn, New York, while she was preparing for a show that night. She gave an exclusive performance accompanied by Foxes and Fiction's Warren Hildebrand. Here's Life's a Bummer from this session.
Things get hard when your heart's not there. If you die, you never know why. Maybe you don't care. Well, I'm giving up hoping I'll get the things I need, 'cause life is a bummer. Wish I could give a fuck, but I'm so broken. I had a dream and you were there. I woke up feeling sad. Fell asleep to try and find you. Got lost inside my head. I sit around and wait to die while nothing happens, no one tries. Pull this trigger on my mind, 'cause life's a fucking bummer. Life is a bummer. Life is a bummer. Life is a bummer. Life's a fucking bummer. We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Life's cool. Life's cool after all.
Life works out sometimes. All you need is the 10-minute practice.
Yeah. Sorry.
Signature method, copyright.
Yes, seriously. Yeah, truly.
So thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
No problem.
Warren, thank you so much. You sound awesome.
No, thank you. You sound better.
It's not true what you sang, but thank you. Hi, Greg.
Hi.
This is cool. I've never done this before. Can you tell? Talk to people.
This stays locked up in her face.
Whoops.
Okay. So, Life's a Bummer is your first solo release, right?
Yes, it is.
How long were you writing those songs for?
Life's a Bummer took me the longest to write the song. Like, I had the music for it, but I couldn't figure out like what I wanted to do as far as singing goes. So that song took me like 2 months, but the rest of it was written in like a couple weeks.
Like right before you released it?
Yeah. Well, a few months before I released it, I was very like nervous about putting it out into the world. I wasn't really sure that I wanted to, but I had people supporting me who I sent it to, like Warren and Matt and Sam. They all heard it and said, you should put it out. And so I did. And I'm glad I did. Very cathartic. Is that the word? That's the word.
And how did you get that name? I mean, obviously it's a song, but it's kind of like almost humorous in a way.
Life's a Bummer.
Yeah, because like bummer is something that kind of sucks, you know?
Yeah, bummer kind of sucks. I was talking to someone, and we were just like, yeah, I wish things could be different. Bummer. Bummer, dude. I was like, oh, life's a bummer. That's it. So it stuck.
And some of your newer songs are
Mhm.
kind of like similar in theme, but they're more like upbeat or like anthemic.
Oh, yeah.
Is that on purpose? Were you
That's
trying to do something
very
more
much
upbeat?
so on purpose. Yeah, I love the juxtaposition of like something sounding super poppy and super catchy, but like the theme being something super dark and like depressing. Like if you actually listen to the lyrics, I'm so fucked up. It's like, oh yeah. And then you listen to it, it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's on purpose. I like it.
But then there's like Feels Real, which is kind of like happy.
True.
Is that your
It's
first
happy.
happy song?
I mean, the thing is, like, I think I am a happy person, but like the shitty feelings and stuff that I need to get out tend to happen the most like through music. But I think recently, like seeing Warren and all my best friends and stuff, like doing the Orchid Tape Showcase in LA, and like just anticipating it gave me a lot of like happy feelings. So life rules too. You know, life's a bummer, but life rules. So Feels Real is just like, you know, I don't write all depressing things.
Yeah.
So there's some happier songs coming.
You seem like a happy person.
Yeah, exactly.
Do people ever hear it and like are people ever like concerned for you? Like,
Oh yeah, I think so. I think so. Like reading like some of the things online that people like have said about it, I'm like, oh shit, I guess I'm really fucked up. Like people think I'm probably a mental case, which I mean I am, but like I have a pretty good attitude. I like, you know, I keep it balanced. Like sure, shitty things happen to everybody, but you have to have fun too.
yeah. So where did you get some of these like really overdriven sounds, especially like with the bass for these newer songs? Because it's like a really cool tone.
Thank you. I don't know. I've just been messing around a lot with just sounds and like jamming and hearing things that I like and messing around more with things, I guess. So just messing around more with sounds.
And yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say like, what kind of setup do you have at home?
My setup is really basic. I'm such a basic bitch. I just have like, so like I'll jam on my acoustic and just like record it onto my iPhone and then just jam along with it, like the acoustic again, or maybe electric guitar. And then like I'll lay it down in GarageBand, basic bitch. And
Everything with your iPhone?
well, like just some ideas. Like I'll do some ideas. Like I'll find a cool riff, record like 2 minutes of it, play something on top of it or something else on top of it as I'm like playing it. And then if I like it, I'll lay it down in GarageBand and then just like build it from there. So like I have everything that I'm doing, I'm trying to do all like real instrument, like no digital at all. So, I mean, I just have like guitars, bass, keyboards. So, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm very dumb. I'm very like basic in terms of like my knowledge of musical equipment. So, everything that I'm doing is just like me kind of fucking around and trying to learn as I go, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's a cool sound though. Like,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah. It's fun.
Cool.
It's a great way to live life. Just to have fun.
It's a good approach.
It's a good approach.
Good enough.
I think so.
You want to play another song?
Sure.
Cool.
All right.
I just need to tune my
Yeah.
guitar.
Sure.
Which one do we want to do?
I don't know. Which one would you like to do?
Let's do Every Day.
Okay.
Let me just.
Has a really good drum sounds.
Yeah, it's sick, right?
So good.
Man, I'm so glad I bought this Casio. I got it at a swap meet in Pasadena.
Exactly. So that's one.
What's a swap meet?
Yeah.
It's just like basically a million garage sales.
Oh wow, cool.
Like, yeah, it's awesome. It's the best. This one's kind of like shishi, like there's a lot of like antique stuff there, but there's like a good section of just like whatever, and like I got the sickest deal, and it came with like the cutest Casio case. So cute. I got it from this Asian couple, and I like fell in love right away. So cool. Yeah, so, cool. I'm sitting in the bed, Nailed it.
Killed it.
Nailed the ending.
Yeah, I didn't so much nail that.
That sounds good. That sounded awesome, Warren. Sounds cool.
Sounded really good. Yeah, your voice sounds so good in that song. It's
Oh,
awesome.
thank you so much.
Sorry,
That awesome,
there
right?
was somebody like calling me. My leg was vibrating.
I couldn't hear it at all, dude.
It was distracting.
Oh, who is it?
I have no idea.
Take it on air.
Hello,
Hello.
Mom.
Oh, mother. I'm recording.
Go away. I'm in a session.
Mother, I mean, I love you, but come on. We're doing a podcast.
My love only goes so far.
Love can only go. Life's a bummer, man.
That's dark.
It's too dark.
That's way too
It's
dark.
perfect. We'll go on the next album.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Mom's a bummer.
Mom's a bummer. Parents are a bummer, man.
Love your children's music album.
Yeah, for depressed kids. Parents suck. Mom just doesn't understand me.
That's perfect.
Pop punk for kids.
You could do that really
That'd
well.
be great.
That'd be
Oh man,
awesome.
I would love that. I think I'm gonna do it.
Oh, let's release it. We'll do it.
Let's really, yeah.
It's beautiful.
That's funny. Sorry.
No, it's funny.
Yeah, I think so.
So, I don't know why, but I'm really fascinated by the fact that you're a teacher.
Yeah.
Are you like a fun teacher?
I would like to think that I'm a very fun teacher. I'm actually a teaching assistant, which is way better because not all the responsibility.
Okay.
But I love it. My job is so fun.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah, I love it. I'm very fun.
Have
I
any?
get-
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Have any of your like coworkers or even students heard your music? Or do you hide
Definitely
that?
not coworkers. Yeah, right now I'm gonna get fired for
Talked
sure.
about this earlier.
Yeah.
Be the same reaction like the people online, like being super concerned.
Seriously. Yeah, I could never tell my coworkers. Like the kids know that I do music, but they don't know like about this project. But like we definitely like chat about music much more so with the kids than like my coworkers. Like for the talent show coming up, like some of my second grade friends and I were gonna do like a jam for the talent show. It's gonna be sick as fuck. Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be so fun. I think I'm gonna play keyboards for them. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
I'm guessing it won't be Life's a Bummer.
Probably not. Maybe I could convince them.
Be recording children.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the
Can you
this is
imagine
the
like
point.
can you imagine like a bunch of kids like Life's a fucking bummer?
Cause life's a fucking bummer. Yeah, I'm sure the parents would really appreciate that. No problem. Keep paying me to fuck up your kids. Just kidding. Yeah, definitely. I think I have more real conversations with the kids than with my coworkers anyway, just because kids are so like open. You know what I mean? And we'll just like say whatever they want. It's cool.
Yeah.
I love
You,
kids.
you trust the students more than the teachers.
I mean, I could just be like more honest with them in a way. I don't know. It's interesting. They're just more open because they're so young, you know? They haven't been tarnished by the disgusting, filthy world yet.
So what if like someone else tries to Google you or something? Wouldn't it
I
come
know.
up?
I actually am starting to get kind of worried about
Yeah?
that, to be honest. Yeah, I'm like, my mom said something like when I was doing that project with Matt, teen porn, she's like, when my mom found out about that, she's like, you cannot have that name, teen porn. If someone were to Google that, I'm like, people are not going to like find my name associated with teen porn. They'll just find teenage pornography. not the music, but still
Would
like
there be any way to like tie your name directly to it? Because like
probably.
Rachel Levy's like not too.
I mean,
too
it's-
uncommon of a name, right?
No, it's not uncommon at all. It's like the most Jew name in the world. So
Yeah, I can relate. Like I've Googled myself just out
Yeah,
of curiosity. And you get
exactly.
like a million different.
Goldstein, dude.
Yeah.
Most Jewish. Are you Jewish?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Me too. Hell yeah. I rules. Jews. Jew brides. Sorry, Gentile. Bye. Not the chosen. Goodbye. Mean. Sorry. No, but I am starting to get kind of worried about that. Like,
You'd be okay, but even if they like found it, I mean, there wouldn't be any way to like tie you directly to it, right?
I mean, what are they
not
gonna do
to
anyway?
teen porn,
Like,
but R.L. Kelly, like to see all the lyrics and stuff. Like, I'm just becoming a little bit more concerned about. Yes, I'm starting to get a little concerned.
okay.
Very long roundabout to answer that. Sorry.
That's fine. So, how did the Alex G split come about? Because you're obviously a huge fan of
Oh my
Alex G.
god, I love Alex G. He's so fucking good. I think it was Tyler from Bird Tapes was like, I want to put something out. I was like, cool, hell yeah. And so something that I just always wanted was just to, like, out of my own selfish greed, just to have, like, Alex G on vinyl. So, like, to be able to be a tiny part in making that happen, it just, like, makes me so happy. Just to have that, like, and then that I get to be on it, like, makes it an added, like, extreme bonus. But
It's so funny that that's almost like an afterthought for you.
it really is.
Even when you sent it to me, I was like, by the way, I really love your songs also. And most people would probably have like some semblance of an ego, like, oh, that you were just like, yeah, whatever, Alex G.
I know. Well, honestly, like, I've just listened to Alex G for like the past like 2 years every day. The songs are just amazing, and he blows me away, his songwriting. So I don't know. I just really wanted to have him on. So it's cool, man.
And how excited are you for tonight and tomorrow?
Fucking stoked. It's gonna be so fun. I can't wait. And I'm so excited to have Warren play with me. Like, it's gonna rule, man. It's so much better than me playing by myself. It's so much more fun, and Warren makes it like so cool. I can't wait. I'm very excited. I'm so excited for tonight and tomorrow. After that, kill me, but
I'm definitely gonna sabotage your set.
Warren, no.
I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm gonna drag you
I don't know why I'm doing it.
I'm
I
gonna
can
drag
destroy
you.
you. I love you, Warren.
Love you too. Sorry in advance.
Sorry in advance. Oh, yeah, right. Thank you in advance. Thank you a million. Are you going to be at both shows?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I don't. Yeah, me too. How many like people who like you're in love with are you seeing?
Everyone, not everyone, but so many. I'm so glad. I'm so excited. Like,
How is it arranged that you would come? Like, did you ask to be part of it, or did someone like reach out to you? Because it's quite a trip, right?
yeah, it's quite the trip. It just happened to work out. Which is like, honestly, my sister goes to school in Philadelphia, and my dad was gonna fly my other sister and I out to have a sister's trip and see her. And
Is she coming tomorrow?
I don't think she's coming. I think it would be a little bit much for her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
How old is she?
she's 20.
Oh, okay. Oh,
She's
okay.
20.
Younger sister.
Yeah, she's younger. She's the baby of the family. And like my family's so supportive. They're amazing. But they, it's a different kind of life. So I don't think she'll be at the show, but like my dad bought my sister and I a plane ticket out to Philly so that we could hang out with my sister. But it was like the next day. We were flying in on Saturday, and then I found out about the Halloween show. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, shit, Coma Cinema. Like, all my best friends are going to be there. God, I got to go. Like, and I just wanted to go to it. I didn't even necessarily want to play it. And so I basically just begged everybody. I'm like, I think if I come on like a little bit early for flight, I can make it and play the show. And TJ, my friend who's throwing it, was like, yeah, if you can come, like, for sure, we'll do it. And then I told Tyler, and he's like, just come one day earlier because we're having the Halloween show. And I'm like, I don't know if I can. And here I am. Cool, it rules. I'm excited. Worked out so nicely. Thank you, Fate. Daddy. Thank you, Fate. Daddy.
Brackets daddy.
Thank you, Fate. Daddy. Mostly thank you, Warren. Oh, God. I'm so excited. Warren's playing with me both nights. It's the best thing to have, like, your best friends doing music with you. Like, I can't even explain it. This year's been so magical. It's unreal. It's the best feeling in the world, truly. I know.
And you were at the Brooklyn one in May, right?
Yeah.
So this is like Brooklyn sequel.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Brooklyn Part 2. This is like my 4th show.
Really?
Yeah, as R.L. Kelly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow, history tonight.
Yeah.
So are you gonna start doing like a lot more shows? Because obviously,
I think so. I think that's my goal. I want to do it.
because a lot of people are like, you generate a lot lot of interest. it seems.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but that's cool if it's true. It's so fun to me. I would love to play more. I just...
We might do another showcase like on the East Coast soon. So
Yes.
I'll be part of it.
Yes. Count me in. I would love to, obviously.
Awesome. Is there anything else you want the world to know?
I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah. Probably listen to Alex G. Sandy.bandcamp.com. I don't know my own Bandcamp, but go to sandy.bandcamp.com.
Promoting
You'll be
another
happy.
artist.
Boxesandfiction.bandcamp.com. Does that even exist?
Yeah.
Boxesandfiction.bandcamp.com.
I haven't updated it in like.
When is your album coming out, Warren? Oh my
Um,
god, it's my most anticipated album release.
It's coming out early next year.
Oh, I can't wait 2014!
Just I think the string parts are coming in the next couple days.
I need to hear it.
Yeah, I'll play them for you.
Oh my god, I can't
Maybe it'll
wait.
happen while you're here.
Oh my god, that would be the most magical thing in the world.
We'll see. If he gets this finished soon, we'll see.
Please.
I'm crossing my fingers too.
Me too, truly. Mm. I don't have anything else for the world at this time.
You want to play one more song?
Definitely.
Also, let's do it.
Fake out.
Fake out, right?
Yeah. Okay. What is
Is this similar to the setup you're gonna have tonight?
Yeah.
it? A little tiny, but it'll be much harder. It'll be harder, like harder rock and roll.
Yeah.
tonight.
I think
Like-
I'll be playing an actual bass. And
Yeah,
not
he'll
just,
be
like,
playing
electric
bass,
guitar.
I'll be playing electric guitar. But we will be using this keyboard and the drums on it, which I'm excited about.
Should we try and use the glockenspiel again tonight?
Yeah, maybe we should play Life's a Bummer.
Okay. Yeah, we should actually.
We should, right?
that
But
should,
it's just like
that should be the
so
last one.
different. Oh, fuck,
It'd be
really?
really good. I can run this through some pedals and then do like a big like I don't know, cool thing at the end or something.
I'm into that.
You want to get weird?
Hell yeah, dude. I always want to get weird. I'm a weirdo.
Good.
I'm just trying to figure out. What song is it again?
Fake out.
Just can't. Okay.
Okay.
I'll just start it.
Okay.
Let me start again.
Good. Alright, that works.
That's awesome. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, of course.
Cool.